Hey guys, Coach Lonnie here. Today I'm going to go over wrapping your hands. So there's a couple different types of hand wraps that you guys can get. One is called a herringbone style. If you can see it here, the thread pattern on this one is kind of like a V shape. This is not a very good wrap because it doesn't allow for any flex. What I'm going to use here today is called a Mexican style hand wrap. And the length of this is 180, so you can see this has got a lot of elasticity in it. A lot of people, there's a ton of different ways that you guys can wrap your hands. Just one easy way for beginners to get is going to be using this thumb loop. Again, some people like to use the thumb loop, some don't. Today I'm going to show you with the thumb loop. So we're going to go on the back of the hand, and I always like to roll my hand wraps up so it's nice and easy and clean to do. We're going to go on the back of the hand, and we're going to go around the wrist a few times. About 3 or 4 times from here. We want to make sure that we're keeping our fingers nice and open while we're doing this, or else the hand wrap will be a little bit too tight. From here, what we're going to do is always going to go on the back of the hand, and then we're going to go up around the knuckles. I'm going to make a nice little pad here for my knuckles, just to make sure that they're nice and protected. After I've gone around that a few times, every time that I go from the wrist to the knuckle, or knuckle to wrist, I'm always going to make that transition on the back of the hand. And you'll see why in a little bit. So from here, what I'm going to do is go back down around the wrist, maybe here once or twice, and now I'm going to go up into the pinky area, and I'm going to take that wrap in between my fingers. From here, what I like to do is to go towards the index finger. Again, I'm going to go back down around the back of the hand, back up around the thumb here, and I'm going to go now take this wrap in between my ring finger and my middle finger. From here, what I want to do again is go towards this index finger, make this transition on the back of the hand. From here you can sort of pump a little bit to get that wrap a little bit nice and loose. Now from here I'm going to go up inside between my index finger and my middle finger. From here I don't want to go towards the index finger because that wrap will get nice and bunched up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go towards the pinky. I'm going to go back down around the back of the hand, around the wrist, and now here's where I'm going to start to make this X to get some good support on the back of my hand. So from here, around the knuckles, let's sort of clean this up a little bit here, make sure it looks nice and neat. It's one thing I like is to make my hand wraps look nice and neat, so it's not sloppy and they don't come undone too much. So I went around the knuckles a few times. Now I'm going back around the hand, around the wrist, up around the back of the hand again, kind of go through the palm of the hand here, down, around. Now I have about, I don't know, I'd say about 18 inches or so of wrap left. From here I'm just going to sort of secure the wrist here. I want to make sure my hand is not too tight here. I'm going to take this strap, I'm going to go around the wrist and close this guy off. Now, one of the things I really like to do is to be able to make a proper fist. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sort of bunch this up in my hand here, make this nice and neat, and now here is where my fingers will grab the hand wrap. This gives me a nice solid bar to hold on to. My knuckles are protected, my wrist is nice and tight, I have the wrap not too high up on my hand, and got a lot of good knuckle protection, a lot of good hand protection. So make sure that when you guys are doing this, everything is nice and neat, inside and out of your gloves, no wrap on the palm of the hand.